In this video, I want to give you guys a shoulder workout routine. A shoulder workout routine should be something simple. You don't need to do a lot of volume to build up your shoulders. In this workout routine, I'll do one compound exercise and then the rest will be more isolation exercises. When working your shoulders, it's really important to mainly focus on the side and rear delts more than anything. The front delts mostly get worked when you do chest exercises. So when you do something like a shoulder press, the front parts of the shoulders mainly get worked when you're doing chest exercises, especially on incline, so you don't necessarily need to add them to an entire shoulder workout. The only exercise that I do that really focuses on the front delts are exercises like the shoulder press. The reason I do the shoulder press is because I like the strength aspect of it. If you do something like a dumbbell shoulder press, it works your side delts a little bit, but it mainly works the front delts. But again, this is going to be a hypertrophy workout routine compared to a strength workout routine. So there's going to be a little bit more volume and a little bit higher repetitions compared to doing a strength workout routine. So if you are looking to gain a little bit more size in your shoulders, this is going to be a good start. The first exercise is the seated dumbbell shoulder press. So I know in the past, I've said whenever I talk about dumbbell exercises with the shoulder press, don't go down all the way, right? So when you're doing the shoulder press, I generally say you want to stay right here and go up and down, right? Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go through the full range of motion, all right? That way it just switches things up, makes things a little bit more difficult. Think of it as like a deadlift where you can't use the momentum that you have to keep lifting the weight. You're going to have to stop and go on this exercise. So let me show you what I mean. What I mean by that is you're going to lift up the weight, you're going to come up, and you're going to come all the way down this time, and you're going to rest. Don't rest on your shoulders. You're going to come up and down, up and down. Just like that, okay? So this is our first exercise. So I'll say we'll do 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps. We'll go a little bit heavier. If you can muscle up, use your legs to kick up the weight. Because we are doing a full range of motion, you won't be able to go as heavy as you normally can. I only use 45s because I know that with the pause, I'm going to get tired more easily. Switching up how you do an exercise not only adds variety, but it also helps keep you from getting injured by doing heavy weights all the time. With this exercise, as well as all of the other exercises, we're only going to rest 60 seconds. This is because your shoulders don't take as much time to recover compared to a bigger muscle like your chest. After the dumbbell shoulder press, we're really going to emphasize on our side delts. How we do that is I'm going to do a cable movement as well as a dumbbell movement. Now, the next exercise that we're going to do is a lateral raise, but we're going to do a different technique. So generally, when you do a lateral raise, right, you're standing up straight and you do like that, and with both dumbbells. I learned this from Jeff Nippard. The problem with doing it standing straight up is that all the tension is at the top of the movement. However, we can fix that by leaning away. Then what happens is all the tension is through most of the range of motion compared to when you're standing, and that is only at the top. So when you do leaning away, all the tension is now through most of the range of motion compared to when you're standing up, where most of the tension is only at the top of the movement. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I don't like to rest in between unilateral exercises. I just keep going until all the sets are finished. So that's what we're going to do with this one, okay? So that's what it looks like. Don't choose a heavy weight for this one because it's a lot harder than doing it standing straight, excuse me. All right, and then we'll switch over, do the other side. So for this exercise, Let's do 4 sets again, especially since we want to grow our medial deltoid. We want to make sure that we do a lot of them. The shoulder presses that we did before, they work your medial delt a little bit, but it's mostly an anterior delt exercise. So what I like to do is I like to do 2 exercises that mainly isolate the medial delt. All right, so this one and then we'll do another one, okay? So let's do 4 sets, a little bit higher repetitions, 12 to 15. An important thing to remember about doing any lateral raise, whether it's with cable or dumbbells, is that you want to move the dumbbell or cable in an arc. You don't just want to bring it from point A to point B. Doing that is obviously going to put a little bit more constant tension on the shoulder compared to moving it from point A to point B. So the next exercise is going to be the cable lateral raise. Now, the important thing is not to put the cable all the way at the bottom. You see when I'm grabbing it, it's at about the same height as my hand. So that's important, okay? Make sure it's not at the bottom. Another thing we want to do is that we want to stand far enough away to where the medial delt gets a good stretch at the bottom range of motion, okay? Also, another thing is that when the cable is up here, you don't have to do that lean away to get a stretch. You can just come out a little bit further and you still get that stretch in your medial delt, okay? So what the movement looks like. You come down. Still too close to the wall, so it's a little bit closer. See? I'm not doing a heavy weight here. These weights are kind of weird because, you know, it's either too light or it's too heavy. And again, this is a unilateral exercise, so I'm not resting in between. I'm going back and forth, okay? This is another exercise that works the medial delt, but we're not going to do 4 sets, we're going to do 3, okay? And we'll do 12 to 15 repetitions, all right? The good thing about using cables is that you have constant tension on the muscle compared to doing something like a dumbbell. You can do this exercise in one of 2 ways, with the arm in front or the arm behind you. Having the arm in front is more ideal because you get more of a stretch and more range of motion compared to having the arm behind you. If you've seen any of my other workout videos, you notice that all the workouts are pretty simple. There's nothing crazy about them. That's because working out isn't something that should be difficult. The important thing to remember when exercising is consistency and overload progression. To put it simply, progressive overload just means adding a little bit more weight each week or adding 1 more or 2 more repetitions to each exercise. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you like the video as well as subscribe so you keep getting more videos just like this. The last exercise is going to be a face pull, and this is going to work your rear delt, okay? There's actually 2 ways to do this. One is more for your joint health, for your rotator cuff. The other one is more, I would say, hypertrophy for the rear delt, okay? I'll show you both variations. The first variation is, like I said, the one that's going to work on your rotator cuff health, all right? So what that looks like is you want to grab it underhand like this. And then you want to pull it to your eyebrows. I know it's hard to see because you're seeing my back, but you want to pull down and up so you can really get that external rotation in the shoulder. I'll show you from a different angle as well. The second variation is a lot easier. You just have an overhand grip and you just pull it to your face. It still works on the rear delt, works on the rhomboids and scapular retraction a little bit as well, okay? This one, you grab overhand and you just pull like this. Now I'm going to show you from a different angle, okay? So from this side, you really can see the difference between the 2. So underhand grip and come into your face like that. And the second variation, like I said, overhand grip, and you just like that. It's really easy. With the shoulders, you really don't need to do a lot to gain hypertrophy because they're very frequented muscles. You don't really need a day for them. But this is a workout routine that you can do if you need to add a little bit more volume to your shoulders. For the rear delt exercise, we'll do 3 sets, again 12 to 15 repetitions. There's one way you can test to see which variation you should probably do. The easiest way to tell is to look in the mirror. If you look in the mirror or you're walking and you find that your hands are like that, what that means is that your shoulders are internally rotated. So it's probably a good idea to do some strengthening and mobility exercises on the shoulder, on the rear delts. So this option would be a lot better compared to the overhand option. Now, if you find yourself and you look in the mirror and your hands are pretty side, then this one would be a good option for you. If you do have that internally rotated shoulders, I would suggest doing 4 sets and adding this a little bit more often into your routine. That's the shoulder workout for you guys. It's not a lot of exercises. Again, you really don't need to do a lot of volume for the shoulders. If you are looking to gain size specifically in your shoulders, this is an exercise I would suggest doing 2 times a week compared to doing 1 time a week. Working the same muscle group more than 1 time a week has been shown to significantly improve hypertrophy compared to doing the same muscle group only 1 time a week. And that's what this workout has in mind, is to make sure that you're doing this 2 times a week instead of 1. And if you're watching this video and you want to start a workout routine but you have no idea where to start, sign up for my email list where I'll eventually be sending out a free workout routine to every person that's on there. Thank you guys so much for watching the video.